The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is the 1st of June, 5:32. Oof.
We're late.
Oh well. Way she goes, eh?
That's
Boss
the way
is away.
she goes.
Boss is away. The kids play.
You know, he's away for a long time, so we could be late every day, basically for the next 3 weeks almost.
That's right. Yeah. We'll give you a quick update. We got a newscast coming up at 6 o'clock that breaks everything down, but just a quick update on everything happening within the region. So the RMWB kind of gave an update late last night, around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So bless their heart.
Thank you for staying up.
Yeah. Well, I was sleeping, but
I was talking to them, not you.
Okay.
I know you were sleeping. You're always
I was
sleeping.
in bed by like 8 o'clock, 8:30. But bless their heart. They just gave a quick update. They said roughly around 750 people have been evacuated from Fort Chip to Fort McMurray.
Wow.
Least. Now, they didn't say Fort McKay, so maybe there's some more numbers in Fort McKay, but they just said from Fort Chip to Fort McMurray, around 750 people.
My goodness.
They also said that if you know of anyone, if you are listening, if you know of anyone in Fort Chip, and maybe some people are staying behind to help fight the fires, but maybe they want to be on a plane, that type of thing. If you know of anyone, request a seat on a plane through the Pulse line, because they don't really have like constant planes going now. It's going to be like a specialty type of thing.
Whoa, okay.
So that was also issued. No damage reported to any structures in Fort Chipewyan. That was as of 10:30 last night. So that's always great to hear.
Yeah.
And Alberta Wildfire, they're leading the fight against this bad boy. 3 helitac crews, 6 helicopters, 2 air tanker groups, more resources arriving today. Dozens of firefighters and emergency responders on the ground. They're protecting homes and buildings. They're putting structural protection systems in place. They got heavy equipment, fire trucks, tankers, pumpers, a whole lot of resources on hand to do whatever it takes up there. So we just thank them.
Yes, for sure. And really are crossing our fingers and praying everything's okay. You know, at the store, the last ditch effort to get you to spend money, there is the magazine rack and the chocolate bars. They put those there just for me.
Yeah. Well, I already know you're the chocolate bar person every single time.
Yeah, I'm also a sucker for a good magazine. Like,
Yeah.
if it's got a great picture on the front, I might just buy it.
Don't you subscribe like yearly to like Cottage Life or something?
I do. I have a subscription to Cottage Life.
Jeez. I'm going to start coming up with some things to sell to you. That's my side hustle, selling you
No.
stupid things.
I've discovered a money-saving hack.
Well,
The library has like pretty much
yes.
any magazine you could ever
There we
want.
go.
And I was taking a walk around through the library last night and just kind of like checking out which magazines might entice me if they weren't at the checkout in the grocery
Right.
store. And I discovered like there's a magazine for that. Like there's an app for that. There's a magazine for that.
really?
Yeah.
In this day and age?
In this day and age, there was a magazine that said I could grow my own Jigs dinner.
Wow.
I was like, if that isn't pointed to Fort McMurray residents, I don't know what
This
is.
is very curated. Good job, Wood Buffalo Regional Library.
They also had a magazine called Wooden Boat Magazine. The magazine for people who make wooden boats and paddle them.
Okay.
I was like,
Again, maybe.
wow. And I thought perhaps like this was an anthology that only came out once a year.
Yeah.
Oh no, this was the May-June issue. So they put 6 issues out of Wooden Boat Magazine every year.
Yeah. Was there a magazine for lifted trucks and truck nuts?
No, maybe?
I guess they don't read anyway. So. I have some new neighbors glaring at me already, Steph.
Glaring at you? What'd you do? Put
Yeah, that's a
subs
little-
in your car? Go into the neighborhood with all windows down and the music blaring? Or what?
I guess glaring might not be the right word, but they're looking at me. Just because yesterday was a big move day for me, so I went back and forth from my old to new place about like 5 or 6 times, and then every time I was just constantly like unloading boxes, clothes, whatever, moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there was neighbors down the street, and they were doing the classic, like, you ever seen the memes or like the funny videos of like whenever like a cop chase is going outside or something, and then someone just brings a broom outside and they're sweeping dirt like on the road.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, what's going on over you're there, you can't just stand there and look. You got to like pretend you're doing something.
Yeah, you got to put something in your hands that makes people think like, I'm out here sweeping.
Yeah, I'm not here to inspect. I'm here doing a task at hand. And so, yeah, there was these like homies just down the block, and they were like, I think it was like two neighbors just like kind of looking on. And I think they had like rags in their hand, and they were just like rubbing the same spot on their truck for like a half hour. Every time I look over, they'd have like a lean on and just like kind of just rubbing like the fender for like
They're trying to figure out who's moving in. Is this going to be a nuisance? Or maybe they're trying to size you up for their welcome gift to you.
There we go.
Like maybe they're like, that guy looks like he likes chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
You know, or he looks like he's a banana bread eater.
That's right. They're like, we need to put some meat on his bones over there. Let's feed him. Let's send him roast. I like lasagna, like you said. Banana bread, cookies. Yes.
Get the neighborhood community on it. I have some good news, Shawn. Netflix is casting in Alberta.
Interesting. Just for everything, or like specifics, or what are we talking about? Movies?
I might be misleading you. They're not just casting in Alberta, like Albertans can apply, but they're like kind of looking for people in Canada, America, the UK, and Ireland. But
it's a worldwide search.
It's a worldwide search, but Alberta's included in it.
Alberta's in the world.
Yeah, they're casting in Alberta. We'll probably see some Albertans on our Netflix shows. And they're the reality TV ones. They're not like, let me find the next big actress. Just send us a 1-minute audition tape. But that's all you need to do is send a 1-minute audition tape in portrait mode and tell them why you would be great at whichever show you're applying for.
I guess because they do just have a plethora of shows now that they own, that you could send in a generic audition tape like, wow, that person would be good for XYZ.
Yeah, and the list is quite large. I mean, I'm looking at it, and some of it I'm like, that's trash television that I never want to even tell people that I'm watching, like Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind.
I can see some Albertans on those.
Yeah?
Absolutely. There's some beautiful people that would be on Too Hot to Handle.
And Love is Blind, you don't see the person anyway, right? So,
but they're all beautiful anyway.
Everybody is beautiful in their own right. I think The Mole would be a super fun show to be on.
Oh yeah, you want to be on that one.
That is like one of the ones I would say, okay, fine, yeah, I'll do that one. I think it would be very physically grueling, and so I probably would get voted out the first week. But
yeah, The Circle's on there as well. Queer Eye, there we go. I need to be on Queer Eye.
Now that is one of your favorite shows to watch, and it's always a tearjerker every episode. Yeah. But you on Queer Eye?
I do. I want to be on it. I got some skin problems. My scalp. I got some scalp problems that Jonathan could help me with. I don't really know how to decorate a home. Bobby could help me.
Okay.
Tan, I don't really have any new clothes. Tan could just like, I have like a set clothes from the past. Tan could really push me forward for the modern trends.
Right.
And Anthony, I just love to hang out with, and we could cook.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony would probably find you a new way to soup up your eggs, or maybe he'd give you a different recipe that wasn't just eggs on toast every day for lunch.
And then Chromo and I could just have a therapy session for like 7 days. We all know I need it.
Oh dear.
I found another pointless task in life that I'm actually like pretty great at.
A pointless task, but he's going to brag about it. All right.
100%. Brag along with me. Tell all your friends if you're good at this. I was filling out a form at work the other day, and at the very end, it gave me a confirmation number that I filled out the form. And it was about 10 digits long, and I was in a kind of a rush. And so I was like, it's not like the most important, but it's pretty good that I have it. And so I just stared at the screen, and I just like blindly wrote on the page.
Oh my gosh, Shawn. I thought you were going to say you memorized the 10 digits in a row.
No, I said pointless task.
Okay.
Not like a good task. I don't have that what is the memory where you can just...
Photographic.
There we go. See, I'm not good at words either. But I have the pointless task of where I can just look at the screen, and like it was perfect. Like no numbers overlapped each other. It was all in a straight line, and it was probably better than I normally write.
Wow, what a beautiful thing. Check you out.
And I see bank tellers do it all the time too when they're writing down. stuff.
That is impressive. I always actually take note when they do it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, you've done this before. You've been sitting at this hill for a while.
Yeah, I want to test you though. I've sent you just a random number here. Definitely not my confirmation number or like anything super relatable. But I've sent you it, and I want to see how well you do it. Okay, and then maybe we'll post it on our stories afterwards. We'll show mine and yours type of thing.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to be watching you here, and you just go, and I'm going to make sure you don't cheat and look down at your paper.
All
okay.
right. Here we go.
You're writing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to say
Do
that.
I write both of them?
Go both.
Okay.
Do both of them.
10576348862.
Wow, how did you do? Were you really good? Okay, maybe everyone's good at this.
I don't know. Like, I want to chalk it up. I've played a lot of Cranium in my day, a lot of Senso sketches, the Blind Pictionary. I also played my piano the whole life, and you weren't allowed to look at your fingers. So I want to say, perhaps I've been trained for this very moment.
Maybe. Now
I don't know why you're so good at it, though.
I don't feel so good now.
Now
that you're good at it, I'm like, I thought I had something here.
Sorry.
I don't know if you know, Steph, but I'm leaving you for a week and a half here.
I am aware. I'm already sad about it. I'm already trying to line up some co-hosts, see if my parents can come on with me.
Yeah, that'd be so fun. I'll highly recommend. My parents came on the show, and I enjoyed it so much that I'm now going to go visit them.
Oh, wow. What lucky parents you have.
Yeah. I'm going on vacation, and it's like an Ontario loop, essentially. And so my parents recently retired from Regina out to a small beach town on Lake Huron.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They always wanted to live on the water. So props to them. They found one that was affordable, not $1 billion, because Ontario and Toronto's expanding like crazy.
That is an impressive feat. Another props to them.
Yeah, good money-wise and everything. So I'm going to go see them. I'm going to go fly out and go see them, flying into Hamilton whenever it is, Saturday morning.
Wow, somebody's tired.
Yeah.
You're already on vacation mode. Can't think.
That's right, but you're an Ontario gal, so I'm going to do the shores of Lake Huron, and then I'm going to geography you a little bit. I'm heading east over to the Barrie area, because that's where my brother lives. I haven't even seen my niece yet. She's just over 1 year old, baby Olivia. Can't wait to meet you. And then after that, I have some lads coming in from Regina, and they're flying into Toronto at the end of the week, next week, and we're going to go to 4 Blue Jays games.
Four Blue Jays games. Holy cow.
I have a giant loop. What do you recommend?
Okay. The Yellow Cup Cafe in Etobicoke in Toronto.
Got to write that down.
It's amazing. It's a Portuguese cafe, and it's so delicious. And then I'm just going to recommend that you take in all the lake shores that Ontario has to offer.
I've heard it's you're going to a tropical Central Southern America type beach.
Yeah, you are always driving by water, no matter where you are in Ontario. 220-some thousand lakes there. And you can find a beach pretty much anywhere you want to go. And especially if you're on the shores of Lake Huron, if you want to venture over, really make a day out of it, you could catch the ferry in Tobermory, find yourself on Manitoulin Island, 108 inland lakes just on the island.
All right, so pack my bathing suit.
Yes, exactly. And your lawn chair.
I'm looking for recommendations for my Ontario road trip that I'm doing. I'm flying in, I'm visiting my parents on Lake Huron, going over to my brother in Barrie, and then down to Toronto, and I'm meeting with 6 buds from Regina. Teresa on our Facebook page mentioned in that loop, I should go to Grand Bend Beach. Now, this is just south of a town called Goderich, where my parents retired, and I think I'm going to have to hit it up. I looked up pictures. Immaculate.
I love it. I love a good Ontario beach just to make everybody else jealous. Jennifer, she said Sarnia has the best fries under the bridge and beautiful views. I mean, the Blue Water Bridge is not called the Blue Water Bridge for nothing.
Yeah, I like fries. Now I just have to Google Sarnia. Is that by Detroit and things?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I'm venturing down that far, but if I am, heck yeah, to fries under a bridge.
Hey, I hear that the fries are so good, it's worth the venture whether you were planning on going that way or not. That's what Jennifer said.
Maybe I can go over to Detroit to a Tigers baseball game, take in all the sports.
You already are going to 5 Blue Jays games. I don't know how many nights you're gone, but I think that's 50% of them at least.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to pick up a second job when I get back, essentially. There's a lot of, I'm trying to process it right now. I'm that's a lot of money I'm spending.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.